So you want to invest in Web3 but you don't know what tokens to buy, you can use SwissBorg's thematics instead. They select a collection of the best performing Web3 tokens and rebalance them upon performance. So you don't need to worry about going all in on an absolute steaming turd. Sounds good to me. SwissBorg.
Hello everybody, welcome back. Let's have a quick video about Chainlink. That's right, we're going to talk about Chainlink. Look, this goes back to basically last summer when the markets were in the middle, I would say about a good halfway through of giant capitulation. So May 2022, and then we had a big move down June 12th, so over a year ago. I remember this happening and thinking, look, I tell you what, it's not for me to say the end of the bear market is nigh. However, I'm going to take the bull by the horns and I'm going to buy some Chainlink down in this level, below $6, because I feel as though that's a decent price for Chainlink on long term. Now, there's something about Chainlink that probably a lot of people haven't ever really thought too much about, but it is an old coin, and you know me and old coins. I like them because they have respect for their moving averages, It sounds so lame, but it's true. And there's also enough history to potentially think about a cycle of sorts. So this is Chainlink to Bitcoin, and this is where we started. So this is the end of the last bull market, right? So we popped around here effectively, and then bear market, which lasted effectively about 6 months, really. 6 months for its Bitcoin pair, right? So it consolidated from its peak to its low over a 6 month period, 6 or 7 month period. And then it went into a long, drawn out, relatively volatile but consistent uptrend for several years, outperforming Bitcoin itself, especially through the bear market and then the bull market. And then it peaked. It peaked in August 2020, before the alt season. Strange, but true. So normally you'd see, we saw everything peak around here and here, not for Chainlink. Chainlink peaked massively before that. So my theory was, okay, fine, if that's the case, we will, well, I'll take the plunge, I'll take the plunge and I'll buy into Chainlink just to see what happens. So again, bought around here, and then we started to see long but consistent uptrend. It fell out of the sky. So it's not perfect. Nothing's perfect. And we came down to make a new low. Never mind. These things happen. However, doesn't mean that over a longer period of time we can't basically see that. So let's just look at this one last time. So again, big move up, and then consolidation. Basically a double bottom. And then moved up. It was definitely volatile. It didn't sink to a new low, however, but it was definitely good. So I look at Chainlink as something that maybe not outperformed Bitcoin consistently like it did previously, but from a risk to reward standpoint, a decent altcoin to buy and hodl. So like I say, picking it up, I've held it now for over a year. After buying it in around that $6 zone, and every single live stream that I do, if anyone ever asks to, can we have a look at Chainlink, I say, look, the main thing to take away from Chainlink is that it's in a range. It's in a range effectively from $5 to $9.40. This is going to be your accumulation range. This is what it is. It's a giant, enormous accumulation range to which it's going to break out one day, and once it breaks out from there, you could consider the 940 to be it. That's the low. Probably won't be seeing that for several years, and if that's the low, then we take incremental steps to reclaim these previous peaks, making our way back up to the $50 zone, and then see where we go from there. Most likely continue on. So it's not for me to say where it's definitely gonna go, but when you see an accumulation of such long time, you would imagine that the breakout will be significant and long lasting, right? So that is one thing to take home from this. Now, obviously, we've recognized that over the last few days we have broken out. We've broken out. We're above all major moving averages. This is a daily chart here, so it's actually really good to see a very significant move up here. The last major moving average that we touched here was the 20 and the 21. Then we got picked up on the 10. And so for those who haven't got Chainlink or want to buy it, if you're thinking long term, anywhere below 940 is reasonable. if you really wanted to pick it up at a lower price, you'd wait for moving averages to catch up with the price action. At the moment, the 10 exponential's down here at 740, Bollinger Band and the 200 exponential and the simple, and they're all down here at 680 basically. They'll meet somewhere. They'll be reunited again and giving people the opportunity to buy potentially for a trade. But the main thing to take away from this is that, look, we are still in this range. We have come to the top of the range and the bottom of the range several times. So we came down here, 560, straight up here to 940. Back down here, 560, straight up here, 960. Down here again, up here again, and down here again, and up here again, 940. So this range might just be how we play, maybe for another year or two, giving everybody the opportunity to dollar cost average into Chainlink for the long term, because I strongly believe that this is going to be an epic coin to hodl. And when I say epic, I know people watch watch things and they expect hundreds of X's, hundreds of thousands of % gains. You're probably not going to get that here, right? It's probably not going to happen. But 1,000, 2,000%, yeah, it seems reasonable, especially from the lower portion of this. You're picking it up around $5 or $6. Yeah, I don't see a problem with that. But this is a top cap coin, and it managed to slip through the net when it came to the SEC. The SEC didn't mention it, so fine. Take that for what it's worth. It's also a dinosaur coin with a decent history, which you can almost even apply a market cycle on top of it. And if that's the case, then we're looking for this to break out and peak before all the other altcoins peak, allowing us to take profit from higher levels and shovel that profit into other coins which have yet to move, or yet to peak. So I think it's a great coin to hold long term. Short term, 940 seems reasonable to find a rejection around there. Now I don't know if anyone. People often wonder why do you not do fib retracements? Well, because for the most part you can see the horizontals correspond to fibs. But if you wanted to do a fib retracement, you can more or less see. If we do more or less, you can more or less see the relevance of my horizontal lines of significance. So we got these zones down here, and we came up to this intermediate area, 840. The next level is obviously 945. But if we're going to talk about breakouts, really, once you break 940, we go straight up to 1220, and you break 1220, you go to 1670, and you go to 2125, obviously 24, and then that's halfway towards the peak, isn't it, really? We're talking 50, 52, and then beyond. So look, there is rhythm to this chart, and we should take advantage of it while you can. And anywhere below 940 is a reasonable place to pick it up from. If you believe this is going to do a 5x back up to its all-time high, excellent, 500%. You can't go wrong with that. Do you think it's going to peak there, or do you think it's going to move on another 100%? Because then it will be a 10x even from the top of this accumulation range. That's all speculation. But look, this is a neat and tidy chart, giving everybody the opportunity to get in. There is also now a pump signal on the Ichimoku cloud on the daily. So I think picking this up at any moving average on the way down is decent for the short term and for the long term. Anyway, I'm going to leave with you there. Long rambling video about Chainlink. Probably no one will watch it because it's not going to make 1,000,000x, so why would you? But realistically, if you want to make money in crypto or in any markets, you get what you're given and you take it where you can. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.